Yo, what's up, interwebs? It's Master T Killer here. I know it's been a while. You gotta forgive me. I'm always busy working. I'm forever working. When I'm not working and I do get time off, I spend it doing pretty much what you, I'm pretty sure, love doing if you're watching this video, and that's game. Speaking of games, we got some interesting news in the gaming world, the upcoming gaming world, I should say, in regards to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox 720, which apparently the code name for the developing kit for it right now is Durango. And it's supposedly, when the system comes out, it's going to be called just the Xbox. No numbers, none of that. But anyways, the PlayStation 4, word on the streets is that Sony has a patent that they're trying to push. I don't know if it passed or what, but it might have. Basically, what this is, it's a no-used game patent. Because, as some of you may have guessed, when you go out and you buy that, let's say the Call of Duty, okay, Activision, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, all of them, they make money off of it. Hooray, you just spent $60 of your hard-earned money to get that game when it first came out. Now then, you're done with the game, so you take it back. GameStop pays you 10, 15, 20 bucks for it, however much they rip you off for, and they turn around and they resell that very same game, if it's within the same month, for like 55, 50 bucks used. So it's like, oh, well, I'm going to be cheap ass and save 5 bucks or 10 bucks. You brought that game. GameStop just made a profit off of you and the next person, but the developers and the producers made nothing off of that game. Now, this is causing a problem, apparently, because, $60 video games isn't enough. So, where the problem comes in is, with the developers not making any money, I don't know if it's the developers went to Sony or what, but with the no-use game patent, every disc that comes out for the PlayStation 4 will have a chip on it. What this chip does is, when you stick it in your PlayStation 4, it'll pretty much register onto your system. Your system will recognize that game with that chip. And so, if you have, let's say you got a PlayStation 4 in the living room, and a PlayStation 4 in the bedroom, and a PlayStation 4 in the kitchen, and you buy Call of Duty. You put your Call of Duty in your PlayStation 4 in your living room, guess what? It is now registered to your living room PlayStation 4. And you say, oh, well, I'm getting kind of sleepy. I think I'm going to go in the room, play a couple of games of COD, and then hit the sheets. Wrong. Unless you go out and spend another $60 on another copy of Call of Duty, when you take that disc out of your PlayStation 4 in your living room and take it into your bedroom and stick it in your other PlayStation 4, it will not work, because that chip signifies that that disc will work with that PlayStation 4 only. Your friend comes over, he says, oh man, you got the new Call of Duty, let me borrow that. Okay, here you go. Wrong. Your friend gets home, he can't play it either, because that disc with that chip is registered to your PlayStation 4. So if your buddy wants to borrow your game, you might as well just let him borrow all your PlayStation 4 games and let him borrow your PlayStation 4 while you're at it. Then, in an equal but fair trade-off, because, I mean, what good is it going to do you to just give away your whole console? So your friend would have to let you borrow his entire library and his system as well. It's really upsetting a lot of people, because some people don't have the money to go out and buy brand new $60 games. But, I mean, hey. Oh, and game rental services like GameFly and Redbox and Blockbuster, if you can still find a Blockbuster, places like that, they're going to be SOL. because as soon as those games come in and they stick them in one of their consoles in the store, or they ship it off, or rent it out to that first person, it's not registered to his PlayStation. So when he brings it back, it's useless. He might as well have snapped it in half and threw it at the window and said, "Here, have your shit back." And as far as Microsoft goes, I don't know how they plan on doing it, but there's a possibility that if Sony's going to be doing something like that, Microsoft will probably do something like that too. Maybe, maybe not, who knows. But there's word that it's either going to be Blu-ray compatible, which means that all you people who are like, "Oh, well, PlayStation 3 has Blu-ray, Xbox 360 doesn't." Well, I mean, you know, they're a little late to the party, but Microsoft is supposedly going to have Blu-ray come, you know, their new console. And it's either, like I said, either, because word is it's either going to be Blu-ray or they're going to use the micro SD cards, which if you have a Nintendo 3DS, I believe DSi also has them. This is the SD card. It goes in this little slot here, and it's basically, oh, I didn't know there was an SD card in here. This is what an SD card looks like. Oops. Yeah. See that? That's the SD card. And then you've probably seen some where they got like the little slot on the end for the micro SD card. But let me put this back in here. Apparently, instead of having a disc, if they don't go with Blu-ray, that's what they're going to be using. Apparently, it's because it's cheaper, and they could potentially put more stuff on it. I think. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that would be able to hold more than a disc, but who knows. And then they could be using both Blu-ray disc and an SD card. All I know is if they do go with using SD cards, it would kind of be like, I don't know, maybe some of the older gamers. If you remember back when Blockbuster had Nintendo 64 games, Super Nintendo games, Sega Genesis games, Nintendo cartridges, you know, you had the cases sitting up, and they had just piles and piles and piles of cartridges sitting on the counter, and you just look and it's like, jeez, you just want to just go over there and just grab them all. You know, if you're a little kid. But I don't know how they're planning on doing the no used game thing, if Microsoft will do it at all, because I know Sony caused a massive uproar when they announced that. And as far as Microsoft's SD card, Blu-ray, which one are they going to use? Who knows? But they'll definitely, I can tell you right now, it'll definitely be better than the PlayStation 4. Hell, it'll be better than the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 2 is better than the PlayStation 3. Simply because it has games like Final Fantasy X. And PlayStation 3 was forced to get games like 13. Final Fantasy 13. That game was horrible. And when it came to PlayStation 2 and Xbox, it was like, well, this has this, but that has that. Now, with the Xbox, Xbox 360 had all of the used to be console exclusive games that were once on PlayStation 2, and now they're on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Not to mention the fact that the Xbox 360, even though you pay for it, the online service is better. But people always, oh, you gotta pay money. What's it, like $10 a month? Get your cheap asses out of here. You can buy a $400 console, but you can't pay $10-15 a month. Yeah, okay. But that was Master T Killer giving you an update on what's going on with the Xbox 720 and the PlayStation 4, or as IGN said on their YouTube page, the PlayStation 34.